So I'm watching a red light therapy webinar from this imahealth.org, and a bunch of doctors are giving pretty general, vague advice. They're afraid of being too specific because they don't want to seem biased. But this is what they do instead.
We don't want to be biased and endorse one over another per se. And again, just the chicken lamp is you want some red light, go out in the sun first, but if you can't do that and you want to spend very little, get a couple of chicken lamps. Again, I could recommend some. I'm not going to because I don't want to be biased at the moment, but
You feel comfortable saying who you follow?
yeah, his name is Alex Fergus.
Is that Light Therapy Insiders?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Light
So good.
So we'll tag his website because
So good.
He does good reviews.
I love the collective look of smiles and nods when they all realize that they're frauds getting their information from a biased influencer. And so that's how they solve the problem. Instead of being biased and recommending products themselves as doctors, they refer you to the most biased product pusher in the entire industry. Wow. Thank you, doctors. Great job. So obviously, I think these doctors are frauds. They shouldn't be talking about a topic of red light therapy when they're getting most of their scientific info and product info from the most biased influencer with zero qualifications that's been endorsing brands that false advertise for years, that's, helped them along with all these false medical claims. And again, we see the repercussions on their own website. I don't need to speculate. So here on the doctor's website, they say you need high irradiance greater than 100 milliwatts per centimeter squares for effective penetration. So again, how many times am I going to see this claim? It's so bogus. They don't even provide any references because their references is a biased fraud influencer. And so they don't provide any references. They're just parroting what they heard from scammers. And we know if these doctors actually read a couple articles, they would see most articles recommend being less than 100 milliwatts per centimeter squared, not greater than. And we know that penetration is mostly dependent on the wavelength and your fluence, and the intensity is not as big of a factor, especially with LED devices. And we know most of the products that these influencers are pushing are lying about intensity. So it might seem normal that they're all emitting higher than 100, but they're not actually emitting that much because they're false advertising with solar power meters. So now these fraud doctors are spreading the same pseudoscience lies over and over again. They have no clue what they're doing. They didn't do any research. They're getting their information from the most unreliable, biased, lying source. And so this is what's happening. Doctors are taking their advice from fraud influencers.